Persepolis, The Story of a Childhood by Marjan Satrapi. Persepolis is a story that begins and develops in Iran, a country that was in a critical situation in religious and political areas. Its main character is Marjan Satrapi, an independent, brave, and obstinate girl who, at an early age, wants to fix social inequalities and make the world a place where people don't have to suffer. He inherited his feeling from his parents, who often attend most of the country's political protests. Over time, the situation in the country was generating a lot of anger within Margie, to the point of making her a rebellious girl, who opposed all the rules of the moment. So much so that this caused her expulsion from the school where she studied. Eventually, Marjan's parents decided that Iran was not the place for her daughter, the daughter they have raised. Marjan is a girl who is headstrong, independent, and outspoken. Her behavior gets her expelled from school, and mom and dad were afraid that a worse punishment will befall her as the regime gets stricter. They ship Marjan to Vienna to live with her dad's best friend. It seems to us that this is a story that has a very important transcendence worldwide, since it reveals many aspects and political and religious problems that have been presented since immemorial times. One of these conflicts, which is for us the most relevant one, revolves around the political sphere, since all the problems between the countries mentioned in the story revolve around this. It is because of the political issue that this war is born, which generates sub-conflicts such as rebellion. For a girl as young as Margie, the impact and the effect that all these political problems in her country generate in her is immensely great. She stops enjoying and living a normal and happy childhood by immersing herself in the problems of her country, which leads her to becoming a rebellious person. Likewise, she must adopt a mature attitude in front of everything that is presented and go through many things for which a normal girl shouldn't pass at her age.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the biography of the author. Marjan Satrapi is an Iranian-born French graphic novelist, cartoonist, illustrator, film director, and children's book author. Satrapi was born in Rasht, Iran. She grew up in Tehran in a middle-class Iranian family. Both her parents were politically active and supported Marxist cause against the monarchy of the last Shah. When the Iranian Revolution took place in 1979, they were dismayed and intimidated by the Muslim fundamentalists who took power. Her parents grew concerned that Margin, a strong-willed and rambunctious teenager, would run afoul of the strict new public codes for women. They arranged for her to study abroad, and in 1983 she arrived in Vienna, Austria. According to her autobiographical graphic novel Persepolis, she stayed in Vienna through her high school years, sometimes staying at friends' home, but for 3 months living on the streets. After an almost deadly bout of pneumonia, she returned to Iran. She studied visual communication, eventually obtaining a master's degree from Islamic Azad University in Tehran. Now we're going to talk about the list of the main characters of the book. In first place, we have Margie. She is the protagonist of the story. Being Persepolis a self-biography, Margie is the representation of the author of the book, a girl born in Iran with revolutionary ideals and with a different way of seeing the world. Margie's father. He had revolutionary ideas also, and revolutionary friends who were political prisoners. Margie's father always tried to make her understand that the government in Iran was wrong. He really loved his family. Anush. He is Margie's paternal uncle. He sings like a hero by Margie because he was a political prisoner and lived in exile in the Soviet Union for a time. Anush was only allowed one visitor before his execution, and he requested Margie. He loved her like a daughter. Analysis of the major theme of the story. Undoubtedly, the main theme of the story is the Islamic Revolution. In spite of being Persepolis an autobiography, what it seeks is to show how were the lives of the people in Iran before, during, and after the Islamic Revolution, and how this affects Iranian citizens. The novel seeks to expose all the injustice that Iranian government committed against all those who thought differently or contrary to the Islamic Revolution.